Maximus Analysis here for September 12th, 2016, and we had a huge move today from 21.05 all the way up to, you can see, 21.52 on the ES. Just to give you some perspective of how quickly it happened, this is the hourly chart, and you can see that they had not had one bar that closed below a previous low. So it just went straight up, straight down. What I really want you guys to look at, though, is to make sure that we're looking and seeing, one, that this is a crazy move, especially in a retracement type of deal, but again, to where previous lows are. So again, they haven't recaptured previous lows. If we look at the weekly, you can see, however, that they are at halfway of previous week's range. So again, we'll look at the previous week's range, split that in half, and say, okay, we're not going to be sticklers about it, but we will notice that again they're coming up to some critical levels, and see where they this week closes. Again, I've been really trying my best to tell people to look at those higher time frames, because right now there's a lot of people that went long just off this bipolar move. And again, if you're intraday short-term swing trader, I get it, but I'm not just going to take a one bar down and one bar up. Again, I want to see how this plays out, and again, how it works in regards to all my other stuff that I look at. Either way, they moved up like gangbusters, and the NQ, same deal. Again, I wanted to retrace more into this level, break below this low, at least break some stops, and then see how the candlestick forms. But remember, this is a very, very, very open candlestick. So to give you an example, let's look at gold. And last week, remember, the gold was fully up. This was fully blue, and then came back and gave a shooting star type of pattern, which again, with gold, while we're here, I think it's going to get back down to this 1287.5 area, and we'll continue to look to see if there's any opportunities that present themselves around this area, and I'm willing to wait. We have TLT, the bonds, again, barely moved, and we'll continue to watch where this one is going to go. We're looking for a buy around this area if it can get there. Again, it could chop, but it broke clear support, closed below it, and again, the next support is around this area, but I'm looking more at this high to see if it correlates. Again, this was the high that they really slammed their head on 3 times before they actually broke above. So we'll see if we get to this, and it gives us a very low risk, high probability trade for the setup, but it still needs a little bit more time to go. And bonds didn't really move as much as, I mean, with such an insane move on the ES, bonds didn't really move much at all. So let's look at the 60-minute for the TLT, and you can see that again, this is kind of hard. I don't know if I should use like let me see if I can use a futures contract. Yeah, so this is the T-bonds, the ZB futures contract, and it just moved sideways. It hasn't really moved much at all. So compared to the ES, the bonds haven't done anything. So continue to watch. Again, there's always these weird little things that continue to go within the markets. So let's look at this crude market. We see that with the crude market, again, they're continuing to come back, and where I want them to test is actually this 40 to 38.09 level. And again, if they don't, that's fine. We'll continue to watch, and again, they're hitting their head against resistance, which we have the 46.47 level, which you can see held, broke above, came back, recaptured. So again, sloppy type of movement so far, but really want to see where it's going. Again, we did have the buy from this area, and I told people to roll their stop up to here and then wait for the other trade to set up. If you say, oh, I should have stayed in the trade, why'd you tell me to roll my stop up? Dude, really? Like, again, if you had multiple contracts on, you could always keep on one and hold it at break even. But again, I'm looking at it to say this is a trade, and we're going to treat it accordingly. Yeah, yes, there are people that complain about everything. That's why I put that in. So you have Priceline. Priceline is, again, gave a shooting star, now is engulfing, but we want to see where these close. Amazon is also near resistance, which is the 789.5 to 769.5 area that we can see that they're testing. Again, I'm not taking any breakouts or anything like that, so I'm waiting to see what this week looks like around the close. You have Google. and everything is pretty much lining up. But again, if they break down below, if you look on the daily time frame, you can see that, of course, if they held this gap low, but if they don't have a gap low, there's a vacuum to at least the 767, 770 area, and if it closes below that, they could easily get to 760. So again, that's, to me, it was like, okay, they're going to defend this little area, but we want to see where they open for tomorrow. If that was all capitulation, last hurrah, or they have more left. Again, they're going to be swinging like hell. So last month got you bored. This month will probably wake. But so probably, if we continue what we're doing now, you're going to be very, very awake in regards to where the price action moves. You had Apple was up about 230. Again, we still said we're against resistance. They get anywhere under this 100 this week, and they go for this 200-day moving average. And I gave specific price targets. I usually give around 3 price targets, and I gave some for this name. Again, if you don't have the newsletter, shoot me an email. I'll get you on the distribution list, and I'll get you access to that immediately. Once I get it, I'll add you to the folder that I have my current and archived newsletters, so you can really dig into what the material that I'm putting together. Baidu, again, Baidu, same thing, hitting this resistance level. Now, again, if they pop up or pop down, I'm saying they're going to pop down or continue down based on the price move so far. So again, this is just one day, very early, people getting very bullish very quickly, which is kind of like, wow, you got bullish so quickly, so fast, you forgot. I mean, people have very short memories when it comes to this. So they forgot August, they forgot Friday. It's all about today. Big picture, again, I don't like the risk reward, even if I went long right here, right now, in anything. So I'll just keep sitting on my hands and waiting for this setup to come. And again, applying patience in this market, because again, the volatility has stepped back in a major way, and we'll continue to look at where we're going to go, because trust me, if they get back below 2134 on the ES, going back to ES, they're going to trap so many people. It's going to be pathetic. And I have no problem with just waiting and again saying, okay, because I rolled some of my options again into some cheaper ones, so I blocked in some profit on the way down, and I think that they can easily, if they get back below this 2134, if they got some more downside potential. We didn't see anything with bonds. I'm going to try to look and see what's up with rates and all that, and yield after the market. There's so much work to do. But again, it is what it is. It was what I love. And if you got any comments or questions, feel free to shoot me an email or comment. Please share and subscribe. Take care.